Hello, grade 3. This is Mr. Jeremy here to explain your homework and practice for today, April 29th. And we will check and review this on Tuesday, May 5th during our video lesson. Please try to finish this by Monday, May 4th. And if I have a chance, I will check it beforehand and send you feedback. So today in this lesson, you will show me how to write yes or no questions like we have practiced, and yes or no answers about actions that happen at different times. So every time we have a lesson, we try to write about different kinds of actions. You will also learn when to use the what word, it, in questions and answers. So we have practiced using who words in questions and answers, and today we will use a what word called it in questions and answers. So here is a list of verbs that you may use in your questions and answers. So make sure, depending on the time of the action that you're using, the correct verb, whether that is verb 1, verb 2, or verb 3. And so today in the questions and answers, you may use the word it in your sentences. So when we say it is a what word that we call, or I should say Mr. Jeremy calls, a place or thing that Mr. Jeremy talks about. So for example, a computer is a thing. So when Mr. Jeremy talks about a computer, I can call a computer it because a computer is a thing. So if I talk about a computer with someone else, with another person, and I make a question, I can say it in the question, and if the other person has an answer, they can also call the computer it. So notice we're talking about the computer. We're not talking to the computer. Okay? So it can also be a place. So Mr. Jeremy calls a place or thing. Mr. Jeremy talks about it. So I can call Vietnam, for example, it. And like I said in the last slide, if it is the who word, or I should say the what word in the question, then it is the what word in the answer. So I put this slide in the lesson just to remind you that when people, so that's one or more, talk about a boy or a girl, okay, for a boy, we can call a boy or a man he. So when the who word in the question is he, like does he eat food? The who word in the answer is also he. Yes, he eats food. If the who word in the question is she, because a person is talking about a girl or a woman, then the who word in the answer is she. Okay? So here is your first slide. So look at the picture. We have an iPhone. So an iPhone is a thing. We can call an iPhone it in a question. Okay, so you will look at the timeline and look at the picture here. Notice two people are talking about a thing. So they are talking about this iPhone. So you will write a question and two different answers or sentences for it. So here is number 2. So this time you have a different timeline. Okay. and you have a different conversation. So conversations when one or more people are talking to each other or talking about someone or something else. So in this case, they are talking about this girl here. The action is the same, take pictures, but this time the who word is she, because now the people are talking about a girl, not a thing. So here we go again. We have the who word it. Why do we use the who word it, or I should say not the who word, the what word it in a question? So why, I want you to think, why do we, that's Mr. Jeremy and you, use the what word it for this picture? The action is the same, and the people are talking about the iPhone. And then here is number 4, different time, same action. And when you answer, think, is it yes or no? So you have to look at the picture carefully to decide if these people answer yes or no. Okay, and here is slide 5. It has a different picture. This is a place. So whenever we talk about a place or write about a place in a question or answer, remember we can call a place it. Okay, so it is the what word in your question. Okay, so for example, Vietnam is a place. We can call Vietnam it when we talk about Vietnam. And here is the next slide. Okay, different time. Look at the list of verbs to check if you are using the right verb 1, verb 2, or verb 3 in the question and answer.